close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys? So, welcome to the Divas show. Hold on one second. Now, y'all, bear with me because I'm new. Angie's not here. She's on vacation. So, I'm running the show. But let me see if I can go ahead and get our guest in here. Hey, honey, how are you?
Hi, good.
Hey everyone, this is one of our divas. This is Jessica Lydecker. She came on the show because she's got some service
Hold on.
animals.
Pod. Sorry.
Somehow I think I'm doing.
Get over here.
No. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
It's okay.
I feel bad.
Good fun.
Okay. Anyway, so Jessica came on to talk with us about service dogs also because she has a couple. Tonight we are talking about emotional support and service animals. So welcome everyone, welcome, welcome. I'm a little nervous, sorry I can't lie. First time doing it alone. Hey Everett, how are you?
Oh, I can't see what people are saying on here because I'm not on the laptop.
Oh no, oh here honey, I'm sorry, my bad. I'll pop them up for you.
Oh, thanks.
Up and here's our TJ. Welcome, darling. Welcome. Are you cold?
Hold on, guys. I can't hear you. Give me a
Uh-oh.
thumbs up if you hear me, Lori. I cannot hear a stinking thing.
Uh-oh.
Hey, nabbit. Sorry, I was just in the hunting shack, hunting deer blind. And I'm freezing, so I'm all covered up still.
Yeah, you look cold.
It's cold. Okay, I hear you now.
Okay.
Hi, guys. I'm on my way home, so I'll be back to normal in just a few minutes.
Well, you got a Halloween costume on, don't you there?
Hurricane. I don't even have my grandma glasses. Hurricane Bunny? Is that what I?
Yeah, Hurricane Bunny. I like the name though. It's cute.
Yes.
That's what I have.
All right. So how many we got with us tonight?
It's just me, you, and Jessica.
Oh, no visitors?
Well, yeah, Jessica's right now she's our visitor until we get her going more with the divas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I couldn't get any deer tonight. I'm like, oh, wonky and cross-eyed tonight.
I'm so glad that you ladies joined me because I was pretty dang nervous about doing this. Let me tell you.
Why? You're the pro woman.
No, that's Angie. I'm just a sidekick.
Yeah, you're a pro sidekick. So.
I'm the pro sidekick.
Yep.
What bank did you rob? Oh, here, TJ. James, my husband wants to know what bank you robbed.
Here somewhere.
Well, it was a big one. It had nothing, like nothing. See? Well, that's somebody called me a Taliban.
The Taliban?
I'd rather be a bank robber than Taliban.
Oh my goodness, the Taliban. Hello, Everett. How are you doing tonight?
Where's the baby?
Hello, Faye. How are you tonight, sweetheart?
Wait, who? Hey, Bunny, who is that?
Pudge.
Pudge?
That's
Yeah,
Pudge.
this one's
Pudge.
Pudge.
I love the
And
name.
then she's got her Ruckus. Where's Ruckus at?
Ruckus is right here by Pudge. I don't know how to flip the camera, so.
Okay, I'm getting out of the car and I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
The dogs are gonna go nuts. So I will log back. I'll log out and I'll log back in as soon as I get in.
It's
Okay.
fine.
All right, I'll
Okay,
be right
honey.
back, ladies. If I can figure out how the hell to get out of here. Oh, there's the leave button right there. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, guys. So, again, tonight's show is on emotional support and your service animals. So, I'm gonna go ahead and start this out. There's a difference between your emotional support dog and your service dog. Now, for U.S. Service Animal Registry, okay, these are lists of disabilities for emotional support. Some of these items that I'm going to say
Hold
have
on.
been moved
He's
over
all wet
to
on his
service dogs.
back. Hold on. Can you
So
fix it?
it's a pretty good list.
Pudge is all wet on his back,
Oops.
and we think
How'd
it's
he
from.
get wet?
You don't want to know.
Oh Lord.
It's probably from
Okay.
Ruckus.
So for your emotional support, asthma, blindness, death, diabetes, dizziness or balance problems, epilepsy, general hearing difficulties, mobility problems or neurological problems, God, I can't talk. Sorry. Special weaknesses, speech problems, and seizures. Those all count for emotional and service dogs, okay? Hey, Steph, how are you, love?
Oh,
There's
there's
my
Ruckus.
bestie.
There's Ruckus now. Back there by Pudge. Ruckus.
Hi, my Ruckus. How are you, baby?
Ruck.
Now,
Ruckus.
with an emotional support dog, it's a big difference, actually. Emotional support dog cannot go with you into a store. They can't go with you into like any general public area like a museum, the stores, the malls,
Yeah,
anything
they
like
can't go to the truck stops with you.
right. Because they're not AKC registered. They have to be a service dog, they have to be registered. There is ways and programs out there to register a dog for service, but it's extensive training for them. Do you have anything on your service dogs and how you train them?
Pudge went to. Well, Pudge didn't go, but I have a doctor's note for Pudge stating what stuff he could perform. And Ruckus actually went to off leash canine.
Oh, there you go.
So, but
And they did
he's
pretty good.
registered, but Ruckus is still technically in training because he's not large enough. Well, I mean, he's large enough, but he's not fully grown.
Okay, got
So
you.
we can't fit him with like the harness. Me and Chris were talking about it today that I want to get for him. We cannot fit him
Wait a
with the
minute.
harness I want for him because he's
Hold
not
on
fully
one
grown.
sec.
We're going to be buying a harness every month for him if we go that route. So we got to wait for his harness. But Ruckus is fully certified too. So is Pudge. But my doctor's note goes for either one of the boys. And then they both have their collars on. Let me see if I can get it off of him. And it says, do not pet service dog because of how much they play.
Right.
Can
And
I
I
borrow
was
this?
just gonna mention that too. A lot of service dogs, you guys. Now
Because our two dogs do play because Ruckus is still only 11 months old. Pudge is 4 years old. They do play. So we have one of these. It says, do not pet, and these are Velcro.
right.
And it says service dog on it. And then they hook into each other.
Each like service dog or emotional support, they have different tags. like
Mhm.
ours. Let me grab mine real fast.
Ruck, Rukas. What do yours
It's our
say?
babies feel the same way. Our babies do have their service dog tags. They both
Mhm.
do. But we're doing the research and stuff today, which thought it was really cool. Yes, Steph, I am, love. I am seeing your comments. Hi, Mike. Steph says he's doing good, just tired.
I gotta get Pudge dressed again. Hold on.
So anyway, lay down. There is a couple different types of service animals out there, and I just found this out, and it was really cool. Let me put this up. This was pretty neat, and I'll explain it. Okay, so we have your service dog, your emotional, and then we have a therapy dog. And this here will tell you like everything that each dog does for you. So I'll leave that up for just a second so everybody can kind of take a look at that. It's pretty neat. It is pretty darn neat. And then the other thing that I'm going to throw up here, you can get your dog for an emotion support. There is tons of websites, guys. Tons of websites to get them registered if you need an emotional support dog. But if you need the training for a service dog, they have to get trained before they can be associated with service. Hold on, let me see. I think I got somebody in here. Oh, there's TJ.
Hey guys, sorry.
There you are, beautiful.
I'm at home, so no makeup, no nothing. Don't laugh.
It's okay.
Growing
No
up.
big deal. Let me go back to the comments.
See, Ruckus is
You
over there in
can't
the
see
dark.
anyone else. Oh, that doesn't sound good. You can't see the other girls or the comments, honey. Where's Angela? Angela is in Miami on vacation, so I kind of had to take the lead tonight. And still learning. I'm getting there. Oh, the comments. Oh, okay. I got you.
Hi, Mark.
I got you. Yeah, I need to put the comments up. I keep forgetting. My bad. Oh, wait a minute. What is? I'm not sure what Angie's doing here. Hold on. Okay. I don't know what she's doing. Hey Terry, how are you? TJ, do you have service or emotional support?
I used to do the service dog years ago when I broke my back, but now I just have babies. What I found with the emotional is so many people won't accept that. Airlines don't accept emotional anymore.
Right.
And it's unfortunate because like you have your veterans and so many with PTSD where like mine was cross-trained for when I broke my back, but also I had, because of the accident, I had really severe anxiety. I just kind of changed who I was for a long time. And her name was Zoe, and she was a pit bulldog boxer cross.
Oh wow.
She would, just having her with me made a difference, but she was trained as a service dog. And it's just sad because there are so many, and I'm sorry, you see my girls are playing like that.
I know, you're fine, don't worry.
They're making noise, but so many people could and need to have an emotional service dog or an emotional dog with them at all times, and so many places will accept them. But what a lot of people don't realize is I took a couple years off the truck and I drove city bus in my hometown in Minnesota. And by law, we were taught you cannot question and ask for proof for a service dog. anybody could bring a pet on, and I'd say, is that a service animal? That's all I could do. If they said yes, I couldn't ask for proof. So a lot of times, there are people that are abusing it, which is why the regulations are getting so much tougher on those that need it because it's being abused. Oh, I need my emotional dog. Why? Just because you have depression? Depression isn't, most of us have some type of depression. And granted, it can be serious, but for those that it's not as serious, you know what I mean? I hate to sound colder.
No, you're fine.
But just because you're down or having a bad day or doesn't mean that you can lie and say, this is my emotional service dog and I should be able to have her in the that's the problem with society being abused like everything else, which is why it's being so highly regulated.
Did you know that when they're a service dog, and this was kind of cool that I found out today, you're technically not supposed to ask what their services are.
No, it's nobody's business, number one.
I didn't know that until I read it. I'm like, oh, well, then people don't need to be asking me what my dog can do.
It's not anybody's business. They don't have a right to know. That's like asking your medical history.
Right.
Or why you have a broken leg or why you can't have children or whatever. But they cannot ask you. I think airlines and transportation are the only ones that can legally ask for proof that you have a service dog.
I think so. I'm not. I didn't catch that one. Probably if I dig deeper.
Yeah, restaurants. I know on the city buses that you cannot ask.
Here we go. Hold on. Sorry. As long as you have a letterhead from your doctor, it'll be okay. But normally, anything online is not considered legal. Okay. Thank you, Sherry, for sharing that.
Who shared that?
Sherry Hoskins.
Sherry, can you please respond? Are you referring to an emotional dog? An emotional help dog? Is that what
Or are you referring to a service animal? Just kind of wondering which way you're going with that question, or what you said. Did you know, and I thought this was neat, and I've never really understood why my dogs do it, but I have severe panic attacks. I don't know if you guys do, but I have severe panic and anxiety attacks. So Thor, trained himself to climb up on me and put all his weight down to calm me down some. Do you guys dogs do that?
Oh, absolutely.
Pudge, sits on me all the time, or he lays on me.
Does he? Are you in anxiety or panic attack when he does that?
Pudge does it when I'm nervous or when I don't like certain people by me or next to me. He does it to my note says he does it to block anyone from coming towards me when I feel unsafe or when I'm having anxiety. Come here, Pudge. So Pudge will sit on me or he'll just sit directly in front of me. He has a bad habit of sitting on my feet. Come here.
I think the majority of dogs
I think he's looking for a toy.
Very in tune to our reactions and how we feel. And if it's a pet, not just a lawn ornament, they're going to catch on to when we're having issues. I mean, my two wild schnauzers have never had training, but yet the second they think I'm going to cry or I do have anxiety. And if I start to get real anxious, they're right there on my lap. Just, hey, Mom, how are you today?
Right.
Just like we know them, and if something they're acting weird, they know us too.
All right, we have some comments. Mr. James Underwood, I'm not sure if I know who that person is, but hey, I know that a lot of hotels ask for certificates too. They do. We have a lot of hotels that will ask for their certificates to make sure that they're okay.
Lori, they cannot by law. You do not have to prove that to them.
Okay. I like that. I like that we don't have to prove that they're service animals,
Do not have to prove it.
Pudge, come here.
Did that young lady answer whether about the letterhead?
Sherry Hoskins said ESA, but I heard the same for service animals, but only have an emotional support.
And the truth is, emotional service support dogs are not recognized by the government. They're not recognized in any laws.
Right.
So even a letterhead from your doctor, if like the airlines would not accept that. Amtrak would not accept that. There are many that wouldn't, and it's unfortunate, like I said earlier, because it is because of the abuse that is why they're so strict. But I suppose if I owned a restaurant and I wanted to be a dick about it and say I want proof, I would take a letterhead from your doctor. But it's not legal at all in any place, shape, or form. That letter is not legally binding. If somebody refuses you service with that letter, you have no leg to stand on, unfortunately. And that's sad.
Right. Hello,
But
Cindy. Hey, Ray. How are you? Facebook user, Saturday evening. Have a good program. Thank you. Appreciate what you all do. God bless you. Thank you. We appreciate you saying that. Um, Jess, what about your babies?
Pudge.
Do you have
What
to
about
show
it?
a certificate or anything?
I've had a hotel ask if I could provide for ID, and they just see me reach for it, and they say, okay, that's fine. They say, sorry, we've had a lot of people come in claiming that they're service dogs to get out of the pet deposit for the room, and that's why we asked. We're sorry about it, and they're apologetic. They actually don't even look at it. They just want to make sure that they're legitimately service dogs.
Do
And a
you
lot
have
of
a
times
lot
it's
of
because they won't have these on because
right?
they're not always at work, and sometimes they get a break from these because these are really thick collars with the anchors, well, not really an anchor, but the hooks. And with the clip up front, they're thick for a reason for them. I mean, these boys are both strong.
Do
now,
So
you have
sometimes they'll have,
issues because yours are pits?
yeah, and a lot of people don't believe that pit bulls could be a service dog, and then a lot of people are scared of them, and
are you trained to provide a service?
what's that? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Are you trained to provide a service?
Yeah. Like Pudge right now, I don't know why he's sitting on me, but he's sitting on me. Like he'll do that when I'm nervous. Or he'll sit on my
How,
feet.
how long of
Also,
a process? How long of a process was that from beginning to end? Um,
Pudge is actually surprisingly a rescue. So I've
Oh
had
wow.
him March, at end of March will be 2 years, but he's only been getting trained for about the last year. He's not completely
okay.
done yet due to me having more problems now. Like my hip hurts a lot, so if I'm sitting somewhere, now Pudge is learning how to help me stand up. I say, Pudge, help me up. I can put my hand on his back. I don't put a lot of weight on him. It's more for balance. And he'll
Now,
stand there until I stand up. And
for our
then,
viewers and for like me who don't know, my Zoe came trained when I broke my back. But if I wanted to get my dog certified for a service to provide a service for me, where would you like reach out to start that process? And if you're not, like, I know with the veterans it's paid for, retired police officers it's usually paid for, but for like you and I, what type of cost do you think would sorry my stupid blinds would I be looking at if I wanted to train Murphy, and what type of time frame?
well, help Ruckus as a puppy. I can't hear you all the way, so I'm sorry if I'm screwing up. Ruckus went to off leash canine. I believe it was about $2,500. He learned how to walk off leash. It's not focused, but heels, which is when he walks next to you, down, long down. He sits. You know, he does all that. He got trained how to
What
go
would
in
you
and out of the
provide
stores.
that service that he has to prove, like say you wanted to get on a plane
Hmm.
or and not, this is ignorant me asking because I don't know. um like some dogs are trained to open a door, open a refrigerator, grab the telephone. um Now, like, where did you have him trained to provide a specific service for you?
I don't know about those specific service, but Ruckus's basic commands, which he needed to start off with, was
Okay.
off leash canine,
Yep.
where he learned how to heel, sit, stay, long down.
To be a good
Um,
dog before you start on
yeah, to
something
be a good
specific.
dog, where he could be off leash and people could be walking past him holding a hot dog right in front of his face and he wouldn't
Right.
move.
Now, with that year up, oh, look at that beautiful nose. With him being a year in, where's your next step? Is it to provide that specific service? Is that the next step then for Ruckus?
Well, Ruckus is still a puppy. This one's Pudge. Ruckus is still only 11 months old. And my husband trained him a lot too. And the next step for Ruckus is I forgot what it's called. I don't want to say it wrong. Six-shoe training or something. He's gonna be trained in German. So that's the next process for Ruckus. Pudge is actually my dog. Ruckus is his dog.
Are you going to have them either or trained to a specific service?
Are we gonna have Ruckus
Do you
trained
think?
for a specific service or no?
Like a task or a job?
Specific service or no?
Yeah, probably do a pre-trip, post-trip.
Chris is going to teach him himself how to do a pre-trip and a post-trip, how to help walk around the truck, and what positions to stop at. Like, he has to stop at the hood latches.
All right, hold on, ladies.
Send a couple of mine over.
Hey, Ray, so the topic tonight is emotional support service dogs, and there's also actually 3. You got emotional support service and your therapy dog out there. So there is 3 on that. Curtis,
The reason I was
thank you, ladies.
well, the reason I wanted to explain, I didn't mean to come off like I was being nosy or a bitch.
You weren't. Chris, I can't say it right. You hear him? He said such in class.
Yep.
Thank you, ladies.
So that's going to be
we had a
next step.
Doberman trained to German, which is really nice because then she didn't know English at all, so she only would respond to German, which was nice because other people couldn't say come. But yeah, it's just good information. I'm going to turn off my
camera, but I'm going to leave my mic on so I go eat.
Okay.
It's like 8:00 here.
I know it is here. It's 7:20. I got to start cooking pretty soon.
And I made stuffed cabbage.
Ooh, sounds good. Where is
Christopher says that it costs $100 for a certificate, a certification letter for an emotional support. That is legit for an emotional support dog.
But the sad part is people spend that money and that certificate means nothing to people. That's the sad part is they reel you in to get that certificate and nobody will accept it. It's not federally.
Everything's good.
Tracy says
down there, where's Remy?
Her baby's been in the truck for 11 years. Stephanie says no, it doesn't. Right. Here.
So Remy was a service dog, but she retired off the truck. She's still a service dog, but she don't work anymore. That's why I was just trying to show you wherever she went.
So
I don't know how to turn the camera.
This is Thor, okay? Thor is my senior dog. He is 13. And I don't know if you all know, but I was in a wheelchair for a while. Mm-hmm. So Thor was taught to stay by the wheelchair. Thor has been taught for my panic attacks and my anxiety disorders that I have, and a couple other health problems that I have. Now, Lady is still learning. Lady's still in training. She's only 3, so she's like really young and very rambunctious still. This is our lady girl. She's still learning.
Beautiful babies. I can't, 34 years out here. I have almost always on the truck. I've almost always had a dog. Hold on, Murphy. I'm gonna take you out. I don't want to be out there without a dog for safety reasons. I just don't.
You have to get a letterhead from someone treating your condition.
And the companionship.
I had to get an approval from my doctor because of my depression and then some other health issues that I had. So I had to get the approval to say it was okay to have them. And then from there,
you mean on the truck?
No, just approval to say that I needed them because my depression was really, really. Mine's a clinical. There's something that doesn't fire right in the brain. So that's where my depression comes from. So mine, I'm dealing with my depression every single day. So when I was going through all that and being hospitalized, we had to get special stuff saying that Thor could be a support animal, a service dog.
Has he been trained for service then?
Let's see, we got some comments here, ladies. Big Mike, my dog is my companionship because he is good. He's a good dog when I'm living. When you're right, you need a companionship when you're living alone. You really do. For an ESA.
Oh my
I hope I'm not missing comments.
Son of a
Sorry, guys. My service dog was suggested and I'm training. He is legit. They do not have to have any registration nor certificate. Okay.
You left
I
that.
know we have to, they're both certified, so we have a certificate that we take along with us, plus all their paperwork. Chris says it's up to the individual business to accept your letter. If they do not, they have opened themselves up for a federal lawsuit. But in trucking, they see it as this person is gonna pursue any legal. Lady, stop, baby. Sorry, guys. Any legal action. Hello, Kenneth. Welcome. Welcome. All right, ladies. I gotta put a few things up here. I had to make notes so I don't mess up. All right, guys. I'm gonna just throw a couple of things up here. Again, I am not used to doing this, so bear with me.
I'm still here. I can have the camera off.
So the first thing I'm going to talk about is Catherine's. Did I not do that right?
It's up there.
Okay. Is Catherine's fundraiser that we're doing? Now, guys, remember she's going for a double mastectomy, and she needs stuff before surgery and stuff after surgery, and there's special items that she needs to get. So if you guys can help us with anything, even if it's like $5-10, that would really help for Catherine.
$2 makes a difference if that's all you can give.
Right, exactly. And then the other couple things I want to mention, of course, we want to say, where is it? We want to say thank you to Truckers TV for allowing us to be on their stream while we're doing our show. We want to say thank you very much. All right, and then we'll do the other couple of things that I got to do here in a couple minutes. We'll go ahead.
So I want to know, Lori, are you wearing a purple and yellow thing on your head?
I'm a fortune teller.
Because that's Minnesota Vikings.
Got little disc.
Yeah, that's Minnesota Vikings color, James. Is your wife becoming a Vikings fan?
Don't tell him that. He'll get mad with that one. He'll be like, if she's going Vikings, we got a problem.
I can't center. This is my paint.
Oh, you got the Vikings. Oh,
well, this is what I paint in this, so sorry. But yes.
I love your paint job, babe.
You're a Vikings fan. We knew it. I knew it.
Stephanie Woolley says there is no certificate nor registration. If people are paying or getting things online, they are not legit. Okay.
And people waste so much money
on do.
Online stuff. It's heartbreaking that corporations are taking advantage of people that really are taking their dogs neededly with them. I don't even know if that's a word, but anyway.
What are you talking about?
The orange and peach one in the sink. Sorry. And then because it's not legal for an emotional dog, they're taking advantage of the people. And the people don't realize that just because you put a vest on or you get a little thing with a picture on it, it's not legal anywhere. And that's sad. It pisses me off that these companies are taking advantage of people.
Yeah. We got before Thor started getting trained, a lot of people were like, you can't bring a dog in here, you can't that, you can't this, because he's just an emotional support. I'm like, wow, but he's part of me. And I didn't feel that was right, but
they say,
who am I really to say too much,
According to the law, if you read up on it, they have to perform a specific task, like open a door, open a fridge, something like that for it to qualify. And that eliminates love dogs that are, anxiety dogs for the most part. They have to perform a physical task, I believe is the word that they use.
Right.
And they have to be trained to do that physical task and prove it. And that's where a lot of people are taking advantage. They're saying, oh, well, they can do it, but I'm not going to show you,
See, I can show them what Thor knows, but I shouldn't have to.
Right. Yep.
I shouldn't have to do anything like that. But I do know. I know we have a lot of truckers that watch and stuff. I do know that having a companion is really important.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I don't know. It's just me. I've been alone for 2 months, and Jane's been out there on the road. I talk to my babies just like I would talk to you all. I hold a conversation day and night with these guys. So.
I think any animal owner, if that's your pet and not a lawn ornament, that's what we do. That's what we do. Because they need that too. They absolutely need that connection. Paul, he laughs at me because I'll like whole conversation of like, okay, what you doing, monkey? Okay, come here. Let's do this.
Right.
Oh, come here, baby. Come here. Oh, who are you talking to? Or who's that out there? He's like, they don't understand you. I'm like, yeah, she does. She does.
A lot of people don't really understand like how much a pet really means. And I'm not just talking about dogs, guys, because I looked it up, and an emotional support animal can be anything. From what I saw.
But
so
people do get crazy. Lizards, I mean, they get crazy.
Right.
I used to have a bearded dragon and a gecko, and I'll tell you what, they're wonderful pets, and they're great to have around, but I don't know that I would qualify it as an emotional.
Oh, thank you, Christopher. That makes me feel good. But just an animal, guys, just an animal. If you're feeling that loneliness, or if you need like that hole to be filled, get an animal.
Absolutely.
Because I'm telling you, they keep me going, And I know there's a lot of other people out there that will say the same thing, that my dogs aren't just dogs, they're my family.
Well, like Paul and I, we couldn't have children. We lost 17 to miscarriage. I carried multiples every time. And so, in a serious note, they are like my children. They, I dress them, as everybody knows. They have 150 plus outfits. They're my kids. And so for many different reasons, in many different ways, an animal, dog, cat, parrot, whatever. Even my bearded dragon was very loving, wanted to sit with mama all the time. She wanted to sit down in my bra, and I'm like, you hurt, you have spikes. But any kind of that companionship, like for me, I'm the driver, and my husband stays at home most of the time, as most of you know, up until just the last year and a half. And it's lonely out there. It is, let's face it. Trucking is a lonely life. And I know that nobody really knows this, but in the 80s, when I first started, I woke up in the middle of the night to a man on top of me naked in my bunk. I was in California, and I ended up taking his life that night.
Oh, wow.
And come to find out, he had killed 2 women the week prior and was a suspect in several more murders of women. And I hadn't brought a dog with me. Ever since that, I had serious anxiety, PTSD issues with, killing somebody is not, you think, okay, it's self-defense, so it shouldn't bother you. It still does. When to have to push a dead body off you, you don't forget that. And that's traumatic. And so when I first got my first dog after that, it helped a lot in the sense that for safety, security, I'm not alone. I have a guard dog. I have an alarm system. But then it turned into a lot more. They ended up having an animal turned into helping my emotional, I was all messed up in the head. I mean, all messed up.
Oh,
And,
wow.
but for me, like being away from Paul, and Paul and I are just absolutely connected. We've lived in the truck pretty much full time for a year and a half, and we have yet to have our first argument. I mean, we just having that touch, that when you go to bed at night and you feel that baby behind your knees while you're sleeping, that alone, for I know, and I don't mean it in a perverse way, but just feeling that body next to you,
Right.
you don't
Right.
feel so alone. You feel like you have somebody there, and even though it's a
Mhm.
dog or a cat or whatever, and they don't speak, you can't make love to them. You know what I mean? It's not like having your partner or your spouse.
Right.
It still is that connection, and that's what it is, let's face it, a dog and a cat, but I'm more familiar with dogs, so I will say dog. That bond that you create with your baby is out of this world, and you have that connection, and that's what we need. When, like, you spoke to somebody, and I can't see the comment, somebody that lives alone, it's not healthy to not have contact with people or things, and I hate to call an animal a thing, but you know what I mean. So a pet can come into your life and make so many changes, and you don't even realize it's happening. And adopt, don't shop. I have to say that.
Jess, do you feel the same way with Ruckus and?
Well, Ruckus, okay, we had Remy. I was trying to show her earlier, but she kept moving. Remy is Ruckus's mom. Chris bred Remy just to get Ruckus, and then he got her spayed. So
Yeah.
Remy,
That's
I
cool.
mean, I'm not gonna lie, he did pay a price for
Yep.
breeding Remy because she's no longer a trucking dog because of the weight gain, and she did change after she had the puppies. She can't move around as good as she did before.
Right.
The puppies took a toll on her. So Remy is living
Oh,
a happy retired life. We've had her
Yeah.
in the truck maybe 2 or 3 times, and she don't like it the same as she used to. And there's a jealousy issue there. But then
got
over
it.
Pudge,
Now, does Ruckus ride in the truck?
Ruckus rides. Yeah, he rides all the
Okay.
time. He's been in the
Now,
truck since he was
I,
5 weeks old.
do you drive as well? And I
Yeah,
apologize if I don't know. Okay.
I drive at nighttime. Chris drives during the day.
Okay. It's
So,
funny how many husband and wives the women drive at night. It's weird. You'd think it would be opposite, but like I have a really good friend.
well, see, I don't have to dock then. I can dock.
Ah, okay.
It's fine. I did it on my own for a long
But
time, but
Yeah.
it's easier if he does it with my anxiety and everything. I don't have to
Okay.
do dropping hooks. He does all that. I can't
Right.
believe who is
Gotcha.
saying that because all it says is Facebook user.
a Facebook user says my sister has horses. Oh goodness, we're getting stalked by James Underwood, y'all. Okay,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
here he
horses are
goes.
wonderful companion animals,
I
horses.
thought that was what you ladies got husbands for, low. Oh my goodness, James William.
Well, James, if you can convince Paul to get a CDL and come drive with me, then boom. But dogs are still better. Let's face it. They're still better.
This has got to be Sherry Hoskins because I know her dog is named Hash Brown, but she says Hash Brown's my dude.
Yep, that's right. Dogs are
Um,
better than men any day. Any day.
And Ruckus, I mean, it was great because Chris got to train him from 5 weeks. He sent him to a professional trainer, and then he trained him more. And then Ruckus stayed with me because we were solo at the time for 3 weeks, and he trained Pudge for 3 weeks. So we swapped off dogs. And it was great because Pudge being a rescue, Pudge had, I put him through daycare a lot, and he got to be socialized. He was found as a stray up in Duluth, Minnesota.
That's
My
where I'm
ex
from.
yeah,
oh,
Shut up.
my
I'm from
ex-boyfriend worked for
Duluth.
TV Brothers and
like,
adopted
shut up.
Pudge because he was big and bad looking.
I am
Chris,
from Duluth. That's where I was raised.
Yeah, so he came over
Christopher
here.
says
Wow.
the problem with business accepting emotional support animals is it started on the airlines with people not being legit and carried onto the other businesses, including trucking. You're right. Yes, you are right.
This is
But I
Monkey,
do think
guys.
people should adopt a dog too.
This is Monkey. She's the one I found. Her eyes weren't even open yet on the side of the interstate in Oklahoma.
Oh, poor
Yep.
baby.
Her eyes, I spent an hour in the ditch looking for others with her in my bra because it was a cold, rainy night. So I literally,
Oh,
she was like this big. I just dropped her down my bra and searched the area for more, and she was it. And then we got Murphy for her because Monkey has real bad anxiety. She can't handle the storms, and when the truck is moving, she has to be under the covers.
Pudge Pudge loves
Hmm.
truck.
Yeah,
Well,
Murphy's the same way. Murphy is the same way, but and
since
that's
we,
cool when you have an animal that loves being out there. Sorry, Lori.
I totally forgot to put the picture on here, but since we're talking about that, there is a new toy that just came out for dogs that have anxiety. My best friend just purchased it for her dog, her pit yesterday. Huggy, I'll have to post it in the groups and stuff because I can't remember the name of it. But it's got a heartbeat in it, and you can also warm it up for like a
Really?
heating pad.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to really help dogs that have anxiety or separation problems, anything like that. I'm gonna get one for Thor because on the truck he has really bad issues. So, all right, guys, I gotta go over some of this really fast before I end up forgetting. All right, so let's do this here. All right, guys. So right now,
Hey, Lori,
yes, honey.
is hold on a second before you do
Let me
that. Is
take
I
that
the
down.
only one hearing that really bad back noise when Lori talks?
I don't hear anything. Okay.
I'm gonna somehow I can't. I'm getting something feedback. I'm gonna log out and come right back in.
Okay,
Okay.
honey. All right, guys. So right now, Truckers TV is doing a campaign for Toys for Tots. The address is on the bottom. We have posted it through all the groups, but it would really make a child's Christmas if if you can donate a toy for them, because there's a lot of kids out there. Let me take this back down. There's a lot of children out there that don't have the money, or their parents don't have the money to pay for Christmas. So we're trying to give these kids Christmas. Hold on one sec. Let me bring Terry back in.
Sorry about that, guys.
Welcome back, love. Okay, and then let me just go over some of this stuff really fast, guys. Sorry about that. All right, so y'all know about Married to the Road, so make sure you're following Angela and Larry on their stream, guys. Make sure you're watching all the good stuff that they're doing. And y'all know about us, Rolling with the Underwoods. Make sure you catch our page. I'm just going to quickly go through some of this stuff. All right, a Trucker's View, of course, is where you're going to see all of our live streams. We also stream in Rolling with the Underwoods and Married to the Road, but also make sure you check out Trucker's View. And last but not least is our men's show, Truckers on TV. They are on Friday nights at 7 p.m., everyone. So make sure you're catching the guys show because they have some really good topics too right now. Is there anything else? Oh, and I have one more, guys. All right, so introducing the truck stop to everyone. The truck stop is where you will see all of our merchandise. So that is Married to the Road, Rolling with the Underwoods, Trucker's View. All that is on that page now. So check it on out and grab some merchandise from us. I think that was it.
There's an upside down
I'm
Pudge.
trying, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not like Angie.
You're wonderful, Lori.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did miss one. My bad. And you all know about Treat a Trucker, right, guys? So please, 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 give a donation for Treat a Trucker so we can keep feeding our truckers out there. So we can make sure that, because lately, of course, food is getting really bad again for the truckers out there. So we want to be able to keep feeding them.
It's a wonderful cause.
Monkey stop. And I think I have.
And if you want to help raise money for the Ronald McDonald House, check out TJ's Creations.
There we go. And then also one more thing before we go, ladies, let me just put this on. I do believe.
Tonight we want to introduce you to Tia Trunk. Tia Trunk was created and started by Tia Marie Gunlick of St. Louis, also a trucker safety diva. She was diagnosed October 21st, 2019 with multiple myeloma, a painful and sadly incurable cancer. Tia and her volunteers helped create luxurious and thoughtful care packages for cancer patients just like herself. Many of the products that she uses in these care packages is actually purchased from local businesses and small business owners in the St. Louis area. Tia puts a lot of thought into everything that she puts, from the lotions to the shampoos, to make sure that a cancer patient can utilize it and it's safe for them. We encourage you tonight to visit A Trucker's View and Trucker Safety Divas to get all the information on how you can help with Tia's project and Tia Trunk and make a donation to her GoFundMe today. Please be sure to visit A Trucker's View, A Trucker Safety Divas today.
That's a beautiful thing Tia does. Absolutely beautiful. The beautiful
Just
woman.
my Atlas. All right, guys. Does anybody have any questions before we sign off about how to get to register an emotional support or to do your service dog or anything like that? Just want to make sure we covered everything, kind of thing.
One of the other
I was a little nervous.
Lori, one of the other things I'd like to address is there are a lot of vets out on the road for us drivers that are really close to truck stops, or if you can drop your trailer, we can bobtail too. And if you guys know of any, share. If you find one that's got a little parking lot, share it with us, because I'm going to start keeping a book of every one that, because I tried to remember them all, but now I'm finding so many more that will let us pop in without an appointment. They understand what we're dealing with as trucker. And, our babies are our priority. And also make sure you do tick and heartworm year round as a truck driver. Year round. Because you can, even though I'm from Duluth, Minnesota, way up north. I live now in North Dakota, right just south of the Canadian border. We have our second hatching of ticks this month. And we're way up north. And then so all winter, they're still active down south. So when we travel down south, don't think that you're safe because you live where they don't have them in January. So it's important to take care of your babies also. Sorry, had to say that.
You're fine.
Sure,
If anybody has a list of pet-friendly vets or stuff across the 48 states, please pop them into Trucker Safety Divas, Trucker Safety Sisters, or even just let me and Angie know. We can create a list and stuff like that. It is really hard when you're out on the road, and I don't know if you guys run into this, but we do, with getting them groomed and seeing a vet.
There are PetSmarts I found are really good about getting you in with schnauzers. I do get them groomed without an appointment, and they know the situation. I've had several groomers like in Oxford, Alabama, and there was one in Aurora, Colorado, that groomers will stay late. And there's one in right outside of Chicago that a lady groomer that will stay and she'll do it in her home for a truck driver. She'll meet you at the truck stop.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, if you know of that, share that too, because that's stuff that we need. They'll cut nails. They'll do, if you don't, I do my own dog's nails and anal glands and all that in the truck, but a lot of people don't. And you're gone, weeks and weeks at a time. That's essential. And Jamie, God forbid, one of your babies jump out of the truck and twist a leg or something. To know that there's a vet 20 miles up the road is huge.
In fact, we were in PA once visiting my best friend, and Thor actually loves my best friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Thor's small, so all of a sudden, all we see is here comes this chihuahua flying off the seat into her arms. I'm like, oh my God, kiss the baby.
I used to have two chihuahuas that rode with me, and one was 2 pounds and one was 2.25 pounds full grown. And one of them jumped off the seat trying to get to me, landed on the top step, and then bounced onto the ground. And God forbid, thank the Lord, she was absolutely fine, but scary. I mean, it's absolutely scary. And, your dogs can get sick. I I don't let my dogs out at truck stops where other people let their dogs. We walk like a mile if we have to get to a cleaner area. Because I pick up dog poop after my girls, but many people don't. And I do not want my dogs tramping through and then getting back in my truck. And
Right.
even, no matter where they go out, I still have baby wipes in my door pocket and I scrub their paws every single time they go to the bathroom before they get back in. But
If anybody is ever in the Richmond, Indiana area, Christopher here, he has somebody that will groom your animal. You can always reach out to Christopher and he can
that's
get
the
with
lady I
that
was talking
person.
about. I just said Chicago by mistake, but Chris, that's the lady that you told me about. That's the one I meant when I said Chicago. That's who I meant.
It's okay.
That she does it in her own home. Yep. And I
Thank
talked to her on private message and she's super, super, super nice.
Thank you. I don't know. It always tells me Facebook user, but thank you so much for saying that.
What was that?
It says, Lori, you're amazing.
You are. And I apologize
Thank
for looking
you.
like a hoodlum, guys. I'm just freezing. I haven't warmed up yet.
You know what? It's
Hopefully
okay because it's been really, really cold here in Tennessee too. I've had the fireplace on,
And
blankets.
what's
I
your
heated the
version
house
of
up. It was
cold?
bad.
What's your version of cold? 50?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
about
like
50,
me.
40-ish, you know.
We get 50 below. So your
Lori
50
Underwood, you
degrees
did an
is
awesome
swimming
night.
weather.
Thank you, hon.
50
It's-
degrees is swimming weather, Lori.
Not
Yeah.
for this girlfriend. No, not for me.
Now,
It's
where are you,
cold.
Jamie? Jamie, where are you from?
Where do I live? In Florida.
Yeah. Oh, see now, you guys, it was funny.
It
We
was
were,
60 degrees.
and you guys were cold, weren't you?
Mhm.
At 60. Yeah, Paul and I were out to California, I don't know, last spring, and it was maybe 70 degrees. And the guy that unloaded me had a parka on, and I'm like, aren't you warm? And he's like, no, it's cold. It was 69, 70. And I'm like, we're looking for a swimming pool. And he's like, are you kidding? They're all closed. They won't open them until it's 80. Like,
Upside down fudge position right now.
Oh,
oh,
let's see.
love Dolly. Love
Um,
Dolly. Okay, monkey. I love you too.
Okay, Facebook user. I can talk to my girl here grooming. She's okay. So that's Sherry Hoskins talking. I don't know why it keeps coming up Facebook user, but yeah, Sherry lives in Washington, in Lakewood, Washington, so she can usually get her dog in pretty fast. Mike, Big Mike says hello. Facebook user again. Lori, you're doing a great job. You're so awesome. Well, thank you.
Yep.
I so appreciate it. Chris says. What are y'all talking about? I got my AC on. Oh
I
no, not me. I was getting too cold. I'm like, no, I'm done.
see it's like 40 degrees here, but I just spent, 2.5 hours out in the hunting blind, so I was cold, so I'm just can't get warmed up yet.
I do
But
want to
yeah,
point.
go ahead. Sorry, Jamie.
We were talking about it earlier. Then we switched topics. About the Dop Don't Shop, and how Rescue we bred him. Not Rescue Ruckus. We bred him. But
Hmm.
he came to me when he was just under 3. He turned 3 right after I got him. He's going to be 5 at the end of March. No, April. He's going to be 5. So, and Pudge, I was at least his 5th owner that I know of. He was a stray. He was food aggressive. He did bark at every single thing. And Pudge completely, I don't want to say he turned, but he's exactly what I needed him to. So not a lot of people do need to look at rescues, even though the
Oh,
dogs act exactly how you want them, right when you get them from a shelter, they can be trained. They do need to be worked with. They're like people
Right.
that have feelings. They've had a lot of stuff happen to them. You don't
yep.
know what dogs have been through. But I
Yep.
mean, Pudge is over here living the life right now on vacation, all happy, and he's a great service dog. He's
Yeah.
exactly what I need. And he was very trainable, even though he came to me at almost 3. He was extremely trainable.
Yep.
He's a big American Stafford, which is a pit bull.
Well, a lot of people don't understand remember I said I took time off the truck and drove city bus. I also, when I was driving bus, was the animal control officer for a town right outside of Duluth called Cloquet. And we got a dog in, 160-pound Great Dane, that everybody said was going to have to be put down. He was a beautiful, beautiful Harlequin. I mean, unbelievable dog, very food aggressive. And I worked with him for probably 5 months. And now the family that adopted him had, she was pregnant when they adopted him. And when
Oh,
that baby,
wow.
I've seen pictures, the baby crawls up and goes right towards his food bowl. He lays down. He doesn't do a thing. So they were going to put him down. And I'm trying to think of his name. Popeye, that was his name. They were going
Oh,
to
wow.
euthanize him. He was like 2. So you are spot on. Don't, people think that, an aggressive breed. Well, there really isn't an aggressive breed. It's just dumb people. But,
Yeah.
even like Chihuahuas, and if they show any barking, well, they're scared. Look where they're at. Once you get them into a different environment, chances are they're going to change. Be smart about what you do. Don't bring a big, like, I would not have brought, Popeye home to my house that same day with a Chihuahua that I know will go into his food bowl. Be smart, but they can
He's
be
food aggressive
trained.
toward other dogs. But
Yeah,
him and butt to butt in the truck, or we feed them snacks next to each other, they're completely fine.
yeah.
Pudge has an issue with that. And when we're
Well, look at
home,
the scenario that he came from. Look at what he's been through, like you said. I'd probably be a little bitchy too,
when there is 5 dogs total here when we are home. So Pudge does eat in the bedroom, and everyone else has their place to eat. But we're not
Right.
gonna chance it. We're not gonna feed him with everyone else. Pudge has his
Yeah.
spot. See, Pudge is in the bedroom. No one else is in the bedroom. This is Pudge's room. Remy has her crate. Ruckus has his crate. And Raider and Baby, the other 2 dogs, they roam wherever. They mostly go in his mom's room. So,
Right.
I mean, everyone has their spot. So this is Pudge's room with us. Plus, he
It,
feels special. He needs to be allowed in the room, and no one else
it's
can.
the deed, not the breed. And yes.
Yeah.
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 But my
My
friend had a baby.
service dog was an adopted, like I said, pit boxer bulldog mix. Zoe, we rescued her, and she was just unbelievable. Come to find out, she had been trained. She was service trained, but had been abused and beaten and left to die. And here she was trained. So you never know in a shelter what you'll find. Never know.
Right.
Same with I've adopted horses.
Both of ours
Beautiful.
were rescued also. They
Yeah.
were both beaten and mistreated and stuff like that. But my friend owns a no-kill shelter, so with Thor, it took him 5 years. 5 years to find somebody he could trust again. And when he climbed up in my lap that day, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
And it's funny, like I've adopted parrots. I've adopted 2 African greys and a cockatoo and older in life, and one was really aggressive, and a lot of times they find you. You go into that shelter, and one of the birds we rescued, one of the parrots named Pickles, escaped her cage and landed on Paul's head. And then that was just it.
Oh,
She
wow.
would not leave. And she attacked everybody, but she loved Paul.
Hmm.
So you never know what you're going to find in any kind of shelter, whether it be equine, the horses or
Right.
dog or birds. You never know. They just need the same thing we want in life. They want to be loved. They want to be taken care of.
And exactly, and I don't know, maybe because I'd rather rescue an animal and give them a second chance at life than letting them just sit there and grow old.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't want to grow old in a cage. Why would they?
Right.
Well, with Remy, we wanted to keep her bloodline going. Plus, Chris wanted a male because Remy, she's an expensive dog,
Right.
So we want to keep the bloodline going, and that's what Chris. Like I said, he got her spayed immediately. One of the biggest things people do to help out is spay and neuter their pets.
Yep.
We don't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with pudges. Don't take this the wrong way, but we don't need a ton of pudges in the shelter just waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yeah.
Right.
My first service dog, who had a really bad life before I got him. Like Ruckus, we're not going to breed him, but if someone approaches us because of his bloodline and says, hey, we'd like to buy a sample, which is a sperm from you, can we do that? We're going to go ahead and do research on them, see what they're about, make sure they have, all good background and everything. Okay, then we'll do it.
Yeah.
But we're not
And
going
I'm not slamming
Ruckus
those
ourselves.
Jamie, I'm not slamming anybody who breeds their dogs. My mom used to breed teacup, like 1 pound chihuahuas. There are breeds that are hard to come by and hard to find that are loved. I've always wanted to breed English Bulldogs, and when I retire, I probably will. But like you, I would do research to any, possible home. There's very few Bulldog breeders that are good, not, bad ones. I don't know there will, but I always wanted it. It's my dream. But
All right, my ladies, I gotta put up one more commercial before we say goodnight. Let me just roll this up here.
Treat a Trucker was started a year and a half ago by truck drivers Larry and Angie Baum as a way to give back to our trucking community by gifting truck drivers with free meals in the form of $10 gift cards. Since then, they have started and gifted out over 650 free meals throughout the United States. Now they have several truck drivers joining this program to help give out even more gift cards throughout the United States. And with the holiday seasons fast approaching, we really would like to make a huge difference this holiday season. Too many times, many of our truck drivers are not being able to get home for the holidays. Please be sure to visit us on Facebook today at Treat a Trucker to make a donation today.
All right. All right. We're about to jump off, but before we jump off, let me just say thank you to one more time to Truckers TV for letting us stream on your platform tonight. We so appreciate everything that you all do for us. All right, everyone, I'm going to let you all go good night.
Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Thank you, ladies, for joining me. I couldn't have done this alone tonight.
It's nice meeting you, Bonnie.
You have a ring. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.